Hi, today we're going to look at AAVE, ticker symbol AAVA, and at Maker, ticker symbol MKR. I found some quite interesting fundamental data of both of those crypto projects. They're both doing decentralized lending. Their market rank is pretty similar. So Maker is at 55, AAVE is at 41. And we will obviously do technical analysis. So you look at the charts in US dollars or in Ethereum. We are doing the things that we usually do on this channel, but we've also got very, very interesting data from a website called dune.xyz. So this is a free website where you as a user can create your own dashboards. And the website basically provides easy access to on-chain data for Ethereum and other blockchains. And you can simply run very simple queries and then build your own dashboards and charts out of this. So you can actually find out how much is AAVE actually being used, how much value is being locked up in Maker. And that's super interesting, right? You can figure out the adoption and then see is there maybe some kind of discrepancy between the price and the actual usage. And if that's the case, there might be a buying opportunity. So the Dune Analytics site, the link is dune.xyz, it's in the video description, has quite a few different dashboards. Most of them are regarding NFTs, so they're dashboards for different NFT projects. But there's also data around decentralized exchanges and lending protocols, things that we are going to look at now in this video. So here we've got the lending dashboard, and we have three different projects compared to each other, AAVE, Makerdao, and Compound. And we can see the historical development since April of this year. So these are now the deposits for each of those protocols. And we can actually deselect some. So let's just look at AAVE. This is the development of AAVE. So we looked at 6.4 billion at the beginning of April. This has around 4x'd. If you just look at the price development of Ethereum in that time, it went up around 40%. So there's definitely some kind of adoption happening here. This is not just the overall crypto market going up, but real adoption of AAVE. Now, if you compare this to Compound, this is what Compound looks like. The growth is way less steady. And now we've got Makerdao, also not as steady. Now below we've got the loans per project. AAVE looking pretty nice. From a bit less than 2 billion to currently 8 billion. So that also 4x'd. Compound is more or less going sideways. And Makerdao is going upwards quite a lot. From 3 billion to currently 6. So that doubled. The outstanding loans, they doubled. The deposits, though, did not. So I'm not 100% sure what to make out of this. If that means that Makerdao is no more risky as the outstanding loans increased quicker than the deposits. If you understand more regarding this, basically the fundamental mechanism behind this, please let us know in the comments. Would be very, very interesting. But so far it looks like there is more adoption happening here. So a doubling in lending for Makerdao, a 4x in lending for AAVE. Now this is since the beginning of April. If we look at the prices, here we've got AAVE to US dollars. Let's also check since the beginning of April. AAVE went actually down in price by 34%. But usually what we want to look at is actually the price compared to Ethereum. Because relative outperformance to Ethereum matters. Those crypto asset prices, they are very much influenced by the overall market. So if we divide this by Ethereum, this doesn't look too pretty. Since the beginning of April, we actually went down by 53% versus Ethereum. So I find this very interesting. There's clearly an underperformance here, but the on-chain data suggests that we do have adoption here for AAVE. So the question really is, what's going on here? Is this simply a lack of interest, as in trading volume isn't as high anymore as it used to be, and so the price is just declining, it's just bleeding due to less interest? Or is there something going on maybe with the tokenomics, with the issuance, with the inflation? This would be very interesting. If you know anything about this, if you have an explanation for the price legitimately declining, even though the project seems to be used more over time, if you've got any explanation for this that might be legitimate, again, it would be really interesting to know this reasoning. Because if nobody knows why this happens, then maybe this is an inefficiency in the market. Maybe we've got an opportunity here. This is another interesting statistic, the share of loans per asset. And this is no real surprise. We basically find mainly stable coins over here. So we've got DAI, we've got USDC, the stablecoin of Coinbase, we have USDT, so Tether, and here we've got wrapped Ethereum, which is often used for things like NFT trading, because that's how you can reduce gas fees. So a lot of stablecoin lending going on. And now these are the volumes, right? These are the US dollar amounts. But what we also have are the number of borrowers. So now we are looking at wallet addresses rather than dollar amounts. And so AAVE is more or less stable, hovering around 200 or so. That's surprisingly low. Compound also doesn't have a clear trend. And this is Makerdao. Also, tendency is that it's declining. So the number of borrowers doesn't seem to increase. The amounts though do, which would imply that maybe the durations they are just that long, or that the existing borrowers, they just continue to borrow more and more over time. And here's simply a market share analysis. AAVE around 40%, Compound around 26%, and Makerdao around 38%. So really quite balanced. But yeah, if we look at the charts again versus Ethereum, this is AAVE bleeding quite a bit actually from the all-time high to today, a 70% underperformance. For Maker, let's first look at the beginning of April where our other charts here started. That's an underperformance versus Ethereum of 35%, and from the all-time high, an underperformance of 58%. So really, I think it does make sense to look at the fundamentals here. Are the tokenomics of Maker and of AAVE just that bad that it doesn't make sense to hold those coins? Or are these actually opportunities? This does not look like a shrinking market to me. There seems to be more and more money flowing into this. This seems to be growing. And these are pretty large projects, right? Market rank 41, a market cap of 3.6 billion. That's for AAVE. And for Maker, we've got the market rank 55 with a market cap of 2.2 billion. Now let's maybe directly compare those two. So let's divide the AAVE price by the Maker price to get relative performance. And since both of those versus Ethereum, they lost quite a bit, if we compare them relative to each other, they look pretty much like in a stable trading range here, right? We're not particularly high or low on either of those coins. So if you were to be around here, then AAVE would be comparatively expensive because this is now AAVE divided by Maker. But we're pretty much in the middle. And since the beginning of April, AAVE actually lost versus Maker around 30%. But if we compare the relative market share, the market share in terms of outstanding loans, it doesn't look like AAVE lost at all versus Maker, right? AAVE had 16.5% market share, then went up to 41. Makerdao had 30% and now is at 33. So clearly AAVE has won way more market share. But in that same time period, the price relative to Maker fell. So really, either this is complete mispricing here and AAVE is comparatively cheap, or there's something fundamentally going on that the tokenomics or the utility of the AAVE token isn't as high. This is simply an imbalance, I think, that's worth noting. So without knowing more fundamentally around this, to me personally, it looks like AAVE is cheaper. It's obviously a risky bet to go against the general market sentiment, but there seems to be some kind of support here, right? We might fall another 20% or so, but say we would see another leg up, there is a potential of like more than 200%. So this is just an idea to do your own research, to look at the background around why this is happening. This is no buying suggestion at all, because obviously buying in a downtrend is risky. But maybe this is not justified, right? I think it does make sense at least to spend some time to look at the tokenomics and see if there's maybe really a chance here that AAVE is underpriced and that the success, fundamentally speaking, the adoption on the blockchain, that this is maybe not yet reflected in the price. If you enjoyed this video, please give this a like. YouTube will then help to grow the channel. And if you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe as well. I publish videos regularly. Last but not least, we've got a Telegram channel, the Bitcoin Strategy channel. Feel free to join us by clicking the link in the video description or simply by searching for Bitcoin Strategy channel within the Telegram app. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.